Well, folks, we have quite the episode coming on soon. House of Payne. Now, this photo, it says a lot if you ask me. We have Calvin looking like he's staring down Laura at the condo, and her mom is looking really concerned. Now, the synopsis says Ella reveals her disdain for Laura while Calvin grapples with the challenge of preserving his marriage and safeguarding his relationship with his mother. Now, a couple of other photos came out. Like, for one, Calvin is over at CJ's and he's talking with his dad and CJ. And another photo, we have Elaine sticking her finger directly in Laura's face, and Laura's looking like, Mama. And remember, this is just a photo. I don't have anything else to work off yet. I'm pretty sure tomorrow they'll release one or two clips, and then of course I could do a video on that. Now, what I'm thinking is this. One of two things will happen. Or a third being that I'm completely wrong. But based on the look on Calvin's face as he's talking to Laura, my guess is that while he's over at CJ's, either Jasmine or Janine tells him exactly what went on. I mean, yeah, when he went over to his mom's house in the finale, I think Jasmine and Janine were there too. But I think, he learns all the details about what went down, not just the version that Laura has been telling, because another photo shows Ella and Miranda. And given that Ella reveals her disdain for Laura, is she telling this to Miranda, or is she telling this to her son as well? I have no idea. Matter of fact, while Calvin is sitting with CJ and Curtis, will Curtis tell his son about what Ella thinks of Laura? Now, Calvin could be talking to Laura about how my mom doesn't like you. And then Elaine will be like, what? Or it could be a situation where, Laura, I talked with my family and they told me that you were the one that started everything. Like, you came into the house, then you started in on Miranda, and then you were talking about demanding respect, and then you disrespected my mom. And then that's when she told you to leave and not come back until you learned some respect and got some common sense. So basically he could be going in on Laura because she straight up lied about everything in terms of how my family quote unquote ganged up on you, and that's because you went in on Miranda and then you started talking back to my mom. So you being thrown out, that was something you caused, not my family just out of nowhere attacking you like a bunch of rabid animals. And then that could be when her mom, points the finger in her face like, you told me Miss Ella, cursed at you and whatnot and threw you out, and I came all the way down here to defend you. And here you are, the cause of the trouble. So that could lead to a whole bunch of stuff. Now, I don't know for certain, but is it possible that Calvin breaks up with Laura? I don't know. Honestly, it seems to... This is what, episode 3, right? I don't know. I think this is way too early in the season for that. But you just never know. I feel like in this situation, Laura's going to be exposed. And if that's the case, I'm here for it. While on some levels, I do sympathize with her, I cannot defend the fact that she was the one who caused the trouble in the finale, and she's the one crying wolf like she's the victim, constantly talking about how you weren't there, Calvin. Your family, threw me out, and yet you didn't tell the full story. I mean, Miranda popped in and told part of the story to Calvin, basically saying it did not go down the way Laura's saying, but nobody sat down and straight up told him what happened. Yeah, Curtis and CJ talked about part of it, and Curtis talked about some of it, but nobody's talked about all of it, which goes back to me saying, I hope and pray Jasmine's like, hey, I actually filmed it by accident because the camera was on when Laura came in. And then Calvin sees the entire thing, and then, wow. And that's going to be kind of messed up, because not only will Laura be exposed, rightfully so, in front of her mom, but then I wonder if it's a situation where, wait, so you're going to take Miranda's side? You're going to defend your ex-wife instead of your fiance? The footage is right here. I mean, look, in today's day and age where screenshots and videos can show a lot. Like, not long after, before recording this video, I know the Halle Bailey and DDG crap is going right now viral, just like the Diddy trial. But I'm telling you, those cameras and screenshots will tell a whole nother story from a narrative that's being spun by, a few people. So yeah, do you think that it's possible Calvin is going to break up with Laura in this upcoming episode? Because I think it's more about just safeguarding his relationship with his mom, but his family in general. I mean, the fact that, yeah, I admit I didn't do a lot or as much as I could to help you acclimate into the family, but for you to lie on my whole family and disrespect my mom, nah, they ain't gonna fly. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you all in the next video.